Do you know how much a street performer makes in a day just playing music for strangers on a sidewalk? No stage, no tickets, just a hat and hope. You've walked past 100 of them, maybe dropped $1 once, maybe just nodded, and wondered, can anyone actually live off this? Today, we're counting the hat. Real daily numbers, real famous names who started here, and one legendary experiment that broke the internet where the greatest violinist alive went undercover in a subway and earned, well, you won't believe the number. Because here's the secret of the sidewalk. The street doesn't pay for talent. It pays for something else entirely. Let's get into it. Washington, D.C. January 2007. Morning rush hour. A man in jeans and a baseball cap opens a violin case. Nobody looks twice. They should have. The man is Joshua Bell, one of the greatest violinists on planet Earth. 3 nights earlier, his concert sold out at $100 a seat. The violin in his hands? A $3.5 million Stradivarius. A newspaper wanted to test something dangerous. Does genius shine without a stage? For 43 minutes, Bell played masterpieces. Over 1,000 people walked past. 7 stopped. His total earnings, $32. The greatest hands in music. A priceless violin. $32. The story won journalism's highest prize. And it accidentally revealed the first law of street performing: context sets the price, not talent. Hold on to that. It explains every number coming. Because here's the thing nobody tells you. Busking is not a music job. It's an attention job. The song is free. Anyone can hear it. What gets paid is the stop. Every halted stranger is a tiny transaction beginning. No stop, no crowd. No crowd, no hat. No hat, no dinner. The sidewalk is the world's most honest stage. The audience votes with its feet and its wallet. Quick rewind, because this is humanity's second oldest stage. Ancient Rome had street musicians working the forums. Medieval troubadours sang for supper, town to town. The word busk itself comes from the Spanish busker, to seek your audience, to seek your supper. Organ grinders, vaudeville corners, Depression-era sidewalk bands. Every generation, the hat survives. The oldest gig economy on Earth, still hiring daily. So the numbers. What does the hat actually hold? An average weekday for a decent musician, around $50. A weekend day with real foot traffic, 100 to 150. A great weekend, great spot, great energy, up to $500. Skilled buskers report $20 to $50 an hour in the right hours. And there's the catch. Because the street has office hours. 2 San Francisco musicians proved it with a spreadsheet. They tracked a month of busking, $532, 12 and a half hours of playing. $21 an hour. Each. Sounds like a real wage until you see the fine print. Their best 2 hours, $98. A Friday night. Their worst 2 hours, $3. A Monday afternoon. Same songs, same corner, 33 times less money. The gold lives in one narrow window, 5 to 10 p.m. on evenings before weekends and holidays. And even inside that window, the body taps out. 3 hours of singing is the human voice's shift limit. Sound familiar? The panhandler's 4-hour wall, the barber's clock cap. Every street trade sells minutes, and minutes run out. Time to work a full day on the bricks. Meet Leo. Guitar and loop pedal. Santa Monica's 3rd Street Promenade. 8 years on these bricks. He knows every shadow. 9 a.m., the pitch hunt. A pitch busker language for a performance spot. The best pitches have walls for sound, shade for summer, and foot traffic that strolls never rushes. Commuters don't stop. Tourists do. Rule of the bricks, play where people have time. 9:30, Leo checks his permit. Santa Monica licenses its performers $37 a year. Cheapest stage rental in show business. 10 a.m., setup. And setup is a show of its own. Amp, loop pedal. Mic. A case seated with a few bills, never empty, never full. An empty case says nobody cares. A stuffed case says you don't need me. Psychology starts before the first note. 11 to 1, the lunch crowd. Leo opens with covers. Always covers. A song they know buys 3 seconds of attention. 3 seconds is all a great performer needs. A pause becomes a listen. A listen becomes a crowd. And a crowd breeds a crowd. Humans stop for what other humans stopped for. Now watch the conversion math nobody talks about. 100 people pause during a set. Maybe 15 give. Average drop, $2. $30 a set. The rest paid in applause. And who gives? The patterns are beautifully predictable. Kids are the secret weapon. A dancing child drags a wallet holding adult every time. Smart buskers hand kids the coin to drop themselves. Date nights give double generosity is attractive. And one brave first tipper breaks the seal for everyone. Remember the waiter's rule? People tip faces. On the street, they tip moments. Lunch total, $61. 2 to 5, the dead zone. Every street trade has one. You know that by now. Leo rests his voice, films content, sells a few CDs. 5 p.m. The light turns gold. So does the pavement. Date nights. Tourists, families with unhurried wallets. Leo loops a beat, layers a melody heads turn. A ring of 40 people forms. Phones rise. Kids dance. A dog howls along. Bills flutter into the case like autumn leaves. Then come the requests, the street's oldest tax. Play Wonderwall. Shouted at every guitarist since 1995. Leo grins and plays it. A 20 lands in the case. On the bricks, pride costs money. Requests print it. Down the block, a rival with a giant speaker starts blasting. Volume wars help nobody both hats go hungry. A nod, a word, a schedule split. The street self-governs. 9:45, last song. Voices sand. Fingers ache. 10 p.m., the count, on an amp under a palm tree. Today's hat, $247. A beautiful Saturday. His best weekday this month? 38. The street giveth. The street mostly doesn't. Now Leo is the middle class of this world. Because the bricks host an entire species catalog. The living statue, paint, patience, and 0 sound permits needed. Hours of stillness. Tips for a single wink. The bucket drummer, 5-gallon pails, stadium energy. The caricature artist, 10 minutes, $20, guaranteed sale. Unlike the hat, the sketch has a price tag. And above them all lives a different species entirely. The circle show. Acrobats, fire jugglers, escape artists, comedy daredevils. Think Venice Beach, New Orleans, Las Vegas. Edinburgh, they don't collect tips while performing. They build one big show to one big payday moment. The hat line. The speech at the end, engineered word by word. If you laughed, if you smiled, if you filmed it, that's my paycheck. 20 minutes of stalling before the final trick. Intentional, a bigger crowd at the finale means a bigger wave to the hat. A tight circle show can pull $200 to $500 per show. 3 shows a day in high season. The performance is the product. The hat line is the sale. And nobody teaches the sale in music school. Then there's the quiet second economy, the merch table. One Venice Beach musician sells CDs, shirts, and caps 10 to 30, $5 an item. 6 items in a half hour on a good afternoon. That's $200 a day before the hat is counted. The song stops when you walk away. The t-shirt walks home with you and advertises tomorrow. Now the modern crisis every busker knows by heart, nobody carries cash anymore. The most heard sentence on the bricks, I loved it, but I've got no cash. Sorry. So the guitar case evolved. QR codes on laminated cards. Payment handles on the amp. Some performers now take half their tips digitally. Same street. Same songs. New collection plate. Sound familiar? The panhandler's sign went digital too. The bottom of the economy always updates last, but it updates. What about the law? Can anyone just start? Mostly, yes. In America, street performance is protected speech. Courts treat a song like a speech. Free. But the fine print plays its own tune. Noise limits. Amp bans. Distance rules from doorways. Some cities require permits, some auction the best pitches. And New York runs the most famous system of all, official subway performers by audition. Musicians compete for a banner and the legal right to play the city's richest underground real estate. An audition. To play in a subway. That's how valuable the right corner is. Underground has its own physics, by the way. Tile acoustics turn one voice into a choir. And a waiting platform is a captive audience 3 minutes till the train. 3 minutes that belong to you. Above ground, you must stop them. Below, they're already stopped. And the calendar's jackpots? City festivals and event weekends. Art walks, farmers markets, game days, holiday markets, ready-made crowds with strolling speed and festival wallets. One festival weekend can equal 2 normal weeks. And here's the part that keeps every busker going. The alumni list. Ed Sheeran slept rough and busked London before the stadiums. Tracy Chapman played Harvard Square for coins. B. King sang for change on southern street corners. Rod Stewart. Passenger. Half the festival lineups you love. For them, the sidewalk wasn't the destination. It was the world's cheapest rehearsal with a live jury. The street teaches what no academy can. How to earn a stranger's 10 seconds. Win the sidewalk. And the stadium is just a bigger corner. Of course, the street is a moody employer. Rain cancels everything. Instantly, wind steals song sheets. Heat empties promenades. Winter? Northern buskers hibernate or head underground. And competition claims corners at dawn. Busker etiquette runs on unwritten law, respect the rotation, share the gold spots, never drown a neighbor's set. Break the code, and the street's oldest network gossip closes doors no permit can open. Tempted to grab a guitar this weekend? Here's hour 1. Setting up in public feels like undressing in traffic. Your first hour will likely earn $4. Your 50th hour might earn $40, because the street doesn't pay for songs. It pays for showmanship, and showmanship is a muscle built in public. Every busker's first month is tuition. The street is a school that pays you eventually. So how do the winners win on the bricks? Rule 1. The spot is the salary. 50 feet can double your day. Rule 2. Play the clock, not the calendar. 6 golden hours beat 60 gray ones. Rule 3. Covers open wallets. Originals build fans. Play what they know, then make them remember you. Rule 4. The case is a billboard. Seat it. Sign it. Rule 5. Film everything. One viral sidewalk clip out earns a year of Saturdays in followers, bookings, and paying gigs. Today's smartest buskers treat the street as a studio with free extras in every shot. So the final math. The number you clicked for. A gray weekday, $20 to $50. A strong weekend day, $100 to $250. A Circle Show Pro in high season, $500 plus. Stack a year of it weather, seasons, sore throats included, and full-time buskers land between $15,000 and $40,000. The famous exceptions? They stopped being buskers. The sidewalk was their audition, not their address. The hat was never the business. It was the scoreboard. Which brings us back to a cold subway in 2007. The same hands that filled $100 seats earned $32 beside an escalator. Not because the music changed. Because the corner did. The street prices the stop, never the song. So the next time a sidewalk voice catches your ear and your feet pause without asking you first know that you just did the rarest thing on the street. You stopped. That was the whole show. Now you know what it's worth. If this changed how you hear the sidewalk, subscribe. Because next time, we're counting somebody else's hat.